My hot take is there's not a single T0 secondary DPS in this game. And then as always, Ben is the biggest. This is T0, chat. This is T0. Don't you forget that. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kate7th, and I'll be your host today. Another day, another Prydwen react. I already know people are going to be pissed off like usual because people hate Prydwen, but hey, let's go for it. We can talk about it. I don't think they made any big changes. We know, I'll read the Banyue stuff. In the hands of a strong player with the correct team, Banyue is capable of competing with some of the strongest combat agents in the game. Currently residing in T.0.5, however, when not played well, he loses significant power, can fall behind the current top tilt curve. We feel Banyue is a textbook definition of character the expert tag was designed for, therefore it shouldn't surprise one that replacing him on the tier list with that. Based on this, at the time release, we're on tier 1 baseline, but T0.5 in the hands of players capable of drawing out his potential. Yes. Because people always want to say that Banyue is about 15% worse than Ihari. That's actually not true. If you do the stricter combos, which is the shaker and the trimmer, which Lino showed that you can do, it's not quite 15%. It's actually lower than 15%. So like if you do the stricter combos all the time, then Banyue is pretty much on par with Ihari. It's just that you have to pretty much play perfect, and that's the issue, right? That's why people don't like it. Is like, why do we have to play perfect for him to be on the same level as Ihari? But yeah, I think T1's perfectly fine, but let's get to it. Patch 2.4 is finally here, and with it brings the reruns of Hugo, Vlad, and Ellen Joe, alongside our brand new agents, Thailand and the lion himself, Banyue. But if you happen to pull in 2.3, there's a chance that your polychromes are looking... But don't worry, I got your back. Because with lootbar.gg, you could be saving big today. As if you click on my exclusive link in the description below, new users can save 23% today. And all future purchases will be at a discounted rate. And all you have to do is sign up, click on the bundle you want, enter your UID and region. And within seconds, the monochrome will be on your account and you can start pulling to your heart's content. But this does not just have to be ZZZ. No. As it could be any of your favorite mobile games, such as Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, or even Wuthering Waves. So go ahead and let Lootbar help you collect your favorite waifus and husbandos today. But with that out the way, let's get you back to the video. Okay, I mean, it doesn't look like T0 changed at all. There's gonna be an agent in T0.5 we need to talk about. I'm gonna probably gonna focus on them a lot in this react, but let's just see everything. Let's obviously start with primary DPS. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If you're gonna keep Miyabi in T0, you gotta move Ihari up. Ihari performs better than Miyabi right now in the current meta. Like if Prydwen's tier list is based on the current meta, which it is, Ihari performs better than her. And you can say, oh, it's because of Rupture Shield. It doesn't matter. It's what hoyoverse themselves put in the game, and you have to go off of what's in the game. Ihari is better than Miyabi, and on every single new boss in the entire game. There's not a single season 2 boss in Shiyu Defense or Deadly Assault that has been added to the game in season 2. So 2.0 up until now, there's not a single season 2 boss that has been added in Shiyu Defense or Deadly Assault that Miyabi does better than Ihari against. Not a single one. So if you're going to keep Miyabi in T0, you have to move Ihari up. Miyabi does extremely well against the season 1 content. So whenever there's season 1 content put back into Shiyu or DA, like Notorious Butcher, just for example, or Bringer, then yeah, Miyabi fucking crushes it. But every single season 2 boss, whether you want to say like it's because they're trying to nerf Miyabi, it's just the truth. Like there's nothing you can do about it. Like I understand the complaints, like, oh, they're trying to nerf Miyabi, they're trying to bring her down, like, but it's just the truth. Ihari does better than Miyabi against Priest. Ihari does better than Miyabi against Defiler. Ihari does better than Miyabi against Hunter by a significant margin. Ihari does better than Miyabi against Thrall, also by a significant margin. Like, And even the new Shiyu enemies, Hater, for example, Ihari does significantly better than Miyabi against. So like, you just can't, if you're going to keep Miyabi in T0, you have to move Ihari up. I would say Fiend is probably maybe the only season 2 boss she might do better, but I'm gonna be completely honest, because of all the Rupture Shield and the buffs, Ihari probably still does better than Miyabi against Fiend, because the buffs are always crazy, and Lucia's a broken support. But yeah, if you're going to keep Miyabi in T0, you got to move Ihari up, because this is just not true anymore. I'm okay with Alice, Sambi, Seed, and Yanagi. As always, every Prydwen react, I let the Yanagi players in the comment section defend their girl, because I just barely see anyone use Yanagi anymore. It like her, people just don't use her anymore, bro. Like I watch a shit ton of ZZZ videos across YouTube and Billy, and like it's just really rare to find Yanagi gameplay from a lot of people nowadays. So I'll let the people defend their girl as always in the comments. But Eve is the character I wanted to talk about. We need to do something here with Eve. Either take the expert off, because this is them saying if you play Eve perfectly, she's T0. That is a lie. That is a lie. Even Eve played perfectly is still not T0. And here's the hard truth that people will not want to accept, but you cannot deny numbers. Banyue does more damage than Evelyn. Will the average player do more damage with Banyue than Evelyn? Absolutely not. Because the average player is just not going to do well with Banyue. But a well-played Banyue does do more damage than Evelyn. And that is an absolute fact. You cannot deny the numbers. You cannot deny the math. You cannot deny the TC. You cannot deny the actual in-game results. A well-played Banyue does more damage than Evelyn, so you cannot keep this expert tag on her saying that she's T0 when there's a fire DPS when played well does more damage than she does. You cannot sit, because this is baiting people. This is baiting people, because the expert tag means that they can move up one. I'm sorry, no. Like even her played perfect is still not T0. And when Banyue played extremely well, does more damage than she does, you cannot sit here and tell people that she could be T0. That's just not true. You cannot deny the numbers. A well-played Banyue does more damage than Eve, so you got to do something with Eve. We already talked about Banyue. I don't really have much to say. I was able to, on the private server, get the 65k kill. I grinded 7 hours for it. I can't show the gameplay because obviously I'll get in trouble, but I showed it on Discord if you guys want to see the screenshots. It was M0 P1 Banyue, M0 P1 Dylan, M1 Lucia with Arena Sig, one copy of Arena Sig. So I was able to get the kill. It took a very long time. Banyue is a very good character when you play him very well, but that's the issue. That's why people don't like it. They're like, why is he at his peak? Why is he at Ihari's level? That's why people don't like it. They want him to be better than Ihari at his peak because he's harder to play. But yeah, I understand. Hugo, you guys know I hate on Hugo. He's my favorite character to hate. I love and hate this bastard at the same time. He's my favorite character to hate. He's chill in T1. I do think he is significantly better with Dylan now, because if you don't have lighter recently, before Dylan, if you did not have lighter, Hugo was, it was rough. Like, it was actually rough to play Hugo without lighter. You still do want lighter for Hugo, but Dylan made it so if you don't have lighter, there's now lighterless teams that are significantly better than they used to be. So that helps Hugo and his team flexibility a lot. So thank God. When it comes to Monato's a very good agent. I think he deserves to be in T1. He's a very good DPS at M6. But there's a lot of misinformation going around. I think because people saw a lot of, and this is not me talking shit, I promise you it's not. But I think because a lot of people saw Banyue being played bad, they thought Minato was actually like on Banyue's level, and that's just not true. My good friend Leno, editor, put his stuff on the things. If you don't know Leno, please go check out his channel. Leno is an extremely fucking good player. He is a very, very good player. And he showed a perfect showcase between Banyue and Minato at equal investment. And Banyue still scored 15k higher than Minato. So saying that Minato is on Banyue's level is just not true. It's just Banyue's harder to play, right? So people need to stop spreading that misinformation, saying that Minato is actually on Banyue's level. That's just not true. Piper and Jane. How do you guys feel about Piper and Jane? Let me know. I want to see I want to see comments on this video, and I want to see it in my chat too. Add Jane to support DPS with partner tag for Alice. Jane is sub DPS for Alice. I'm so glad some of you guys said it, because that is the unfortunate truth. If this is like talking about meta, Jane's best team is not her playing as the carry. It is not. Jane's best team is her being in the secondary DPS category and putting a partner tag on for Alice. That is Jane's best team. No Jane hyper carry team is going to outperform her just being with Alice. That is Jane's best team. And also, if you really, really, really fucking like Jane, I know this tier list is about M0, but if you really, really do like Jane, getting her M2 for Alice teams or getting her M2 just for her hyper carry, I highly recommend it. Like, if Jane has one of the few mindscapes, whether it's M1 or M2, where like I can actually say like, hey, if you really like this character, I think it's worth going for. Like, if you really want them to pop off like and be good for a long time. Another character just like that is Hugo. I think Hugo also for M2. Like, if you really fuck with Hugo, getting his M2 is worth it, in my honest opinion. If you really, really like Hugo. Jane, Hugo. Those are two examples where I think, like, if you really fuck with the character, getting their M2 is worth it. But Piper, still solid character, solid DPS with Vivian. Fiend is still fucked. Remember last time we did this chat, I was telling you guys, like, I did not understand that so many people were complaining about Defiler and Thrall, but very few people complained about Fiend, when I help so many people every single month for their accounts, right, chat? And if Fiend is on rotation, it's almost always Fiend that someone cannot clear. It's never the other bosses. And if it is the other bosses, it's rare. It's very rare, right? I'm not saying it never happens, but almost always it's Fiend that people fucking struggle with. Fiend is something, man. Julian, I think she should go down. We got any disagreements? Because in my honest opinion, Zhu and Ellen are the same. And Ellen's about to get a buff. Like, she's about to get she's about to get 48 crit damage and 10% ice res. You could actually argue that when 2.5 hits around, Ella can go up and Zhu should stay down here, bro. Like, another buff? No, so okay. So I want to clear this up with the buffs, because now that I understand. So the way it works basically is, if your character ever gets their potential unlocked, they will also receive the ability to get extra shit unlocked for them. So that's why Sambi and Ellen are getting extra stuff, because they've already had their potential unlocked. So basically, any character that gets their potential unlocked in the future will also get the same stuff that Ellen and Sambi are getting. You feel like Zhu Mindscapes makes Zhu better? No, Zhu's Mindscapes are some of the worst in the game. He has a good M1, but outside of that, everything else is pretty bad. I believe the last time I looked here, Zhu Yan from M1 from M0 to M6 is like not even a 50% increase. And if it is a 50%, it's like barely a 50% increase. That's really bad for Mindscapes. That's really, really, really bad. So she has a good M1, but I wouldn't go anything past that. What buffs can help Jian theoretically? They can definitely do something with her shot shells, whether she generates them a lot easier so you're not having to worry about it. Because like that's one of the big things about M1, right? Like M1 just helps with shot shells a lot. But I guess that would devalue, if you did that, it would devalue M1's, how good M1 is if you made M0's shot shell better. So other than shot shells, I guess you could, what kind of creative buff can you do for Jian other than just a damage increase? You want to give Zhu a defensive assist? That is an issue. I was thinking about making that a video chat, that evasive assists are just dog shit in ZZZ. Like every boss wants you to do defensive assist. There's very few bosses that reward you from doing an evasive assist. It's so bad. It would be very nice if they could make evasive assist better in the future, because I don't think they should get rid of them. I just think they need to balance their game to where, you know, sometime evasive assists are actually good and you're rewarded for them, because right now you're not rewarded at all for evasive assist. Like it's to the point where even Billy mains like the Cunning Hares, who's a really good Billy main, he just won't use Billy's evasive assist, bro. In Cunning Hares' newest clear, he got 20k with Billy, A rank Ambi, and Nicole, the OG Cunning Hares. He didn't Billy evasive assist in a single time. He just doesn't use it. But yeah, I think Zhu should probably go down. And then Harumasa, like, he's never changed. Haru is Haru. He's never changed, and he just never changed. I think Soldier could go up on her buffs, bro. When Soldier gets her potential unlocked in 2.5. I just got M6 Soldier pulling for Banyue, so I'm actually very happy. I'm an Old Ball Squad lover. Those are my babies. I love Old Ball Squad. They're my favorite faction. So I'm looking forward to the Soldier buffs. Maybe she can potentially go up when she gets buffed. And then these three characters are literally the same. It's just the only difference is Neko is technically better, if you want to be technical, because Neko's Mindscapes are just significantly better because she's an S rank. Like M6 Neko compared to M6 Billy and Corrin just completely shits on them. It's not even close. But that's just because she's an S rank, right? So, but if we're just comparing them at like, you know, M0 Neko compared to M6 Billy and Corrin, like they're basically the same character. And then yeah, Astriel for Anton. And then as always, Ben is the biggest. This is T0, chat. This is T0. Don't you forget that. Never forget that. He is the biggest. Okay, Orphe. Let's get to secondary DPS with Orphe and Viv. My hot take is there's not a single T0 secondary DPS in this game. That's my hot take, but they put them up here because there's no one else to put up here. Because Orphe's a better secondary DPS than Yanagi, and Vivian's also a better secondary DPS than Yanagi, so they just put them up here because they're the two best. They're the two best, but let's be completely fucking real. There's no T0 sub DPS in this game. Vivian has fallen off. She is still good. I don't want to sit here and pretend like she's not good still, but Vivian is falling off, and you can't say I'm being biased against her because she's one of my favorite fucking characters in the game. Like, that's fucking wifey, bro. You kidding me? Love Vivian. But, dude, like, let's be real. Like, there's no T0. And then also, Orphe's my favorite fucking female in this entire game. So, you guys literally cannot say I'm being biased. Like, I'm just telling the truth. I will never let my feelings for a character dictate the truth. The truth is, if we want to be completely honest with ourselves, the only reason these two are up here is because there's no one better. Like, let's be real. Like, they're not T0, but there's no one better, so they just have to be up here. They should put Seed there too. True, I think that would be good. They should put Seed over here for secondary, for primary and secondary. They should put Jane over here for primary and secondary. They should put Orphe over here for primary. I think Orphe's a T1 main DPS. Like, People were doing comparisons with Orphe when her shield buff left, because when Orpheverse came out, she had a really good shield buff. But after the shield buff left, Orphe's about 10 to 12% worse than Evelyn as a main DPS. But that's still good, right? Like, you can main DPS Orphe. So if you wanted to, you could put her over here in primary as well and put her in T1. Again, Yanagi fanboys, do your job. As always, defend her in the comment section. I just really wish I saw more stuff on Yanagi, bro. I just don't. Like, this character's play rate is so low on YouTube and Bilibili. You just don't see Yanagi. And when you do, it's rare. It's very rare. Like, her play rate is so low. Maybe with her buffs, she can go up. Maybe. Because Bernice, by the way, if you're a Bernice lover, make sure you have an energy regen 6 slot ready. Because when she gets buffed, she's going to want ER. Because she's going to do, with her buff, she's going to translate ER into Anomaly Mastery. Which is a really good change. Really fucking good change. So if you love Bernice, make sure you have an ER 6 ready. Grace, when Grace gets buffed, she needs to move over to primary. 100%. When Grace gets buffed, she's going to be a pretty solid hyper carry. She won't be like broken by any means, but she's going to be solid. Like, she might be like T2 or T1.5 when she gets her buff in 2.5. So she needs to move over to primary. ER disc 6 for Bernice. Yes, because with Bernice's buffs, she will convert energy regen to Anomaly Mastery. So you're going to want an ER 6. What tier is Banyue? He has an expert tag, so they're saying if you play him perfect, he can be 0.5. But if you don't play him well, he's T1. You want me to be completely fucking honest with you, though? If you play Banyue literally perfect, he's on par with he's on par or just like 5 to 10% worse than Ihari. So I'd still put him in 0.5. But if you don't play him well, this nigga gotta go down here, bro. I've seen bad. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I've seen some bad Banyue play. I'm gonna plead. The difference is massive. The difference is massive. People who play Banyue bad versus good, the difference is massive. We are getting a better one. So you just said we need better non-limited rupture engines. There is a free-to-play engine coming in 2.5 for rupture agents, and it's really good. It is solid as fuck. No longer will you have to use steel cushion or what's that rainbow one? What's that rainbow one called? I forgot the name. Puzzle sphere. They're saying that Nicole can be T0. I fought for this, chat. You got my OGs can back me up. I fought for this shit for months and months and months and months and months and months and months. I glazed the fuck out of Nicole. I was like, what the fuck are we doing? She should be T0. This character is broken when you play her right. She's disgustingly good when you play her right. And with the expert tag, they are saying she can be T0. I fought for this shit, bro. I'm so glad. The first one out of this, the day that someone dropped here out of these 4 drops down, it's going to be Astra first. I'm sorry. Astra is going to be the first person to drop out of this. A lot of people will say that Astra is like, this giga broken support and like, she's very good. And like, I agree. She is a very good character. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying she needs to come out of T0 right now. But what people don't understand is Astra is the easiest support in the entire game, limited wise, like limited S rank wise. She is the easiest support to power creep. She is the easiest support to power creep in the entire game. The only thing Astra does is give attack, crit damage, and damage bonus, and quick assist. That's all Astra does. She is the easiest character to power creep, but she's still very good. Okay, so what am I looking like? Oh, wait 1 second. Riv just DM me something. What am I looking at, Riv? Average scores. Ooh. So these are average scores that Riv sent me from that Prydwen. So this is data that Prydwen's getting. Yuzaha is number 1. Astra is number 2. Okay, Vivian's number 3. So this is like average players putting in, like getting data from average players, right? Got you. Oh, this is not in order. Got you. This is not in order. That makes so much more sense. You ask, are these scores or usage rate? I believe Riv said this is average score per character by source. This is like the data they're getting from people. Yeah, but this is very interesting. Because like at the end of the day, right? We got to remember that this is average player. So like the people that I be doing account surgeries on and the people that I be doing like DA help and Shiyu help for all the time on stream chat, like this is those kind of people, right? Like, so this is average player. And again, there's nothing wrong with being an average player, because guess what? There's nothing wrong with being a casual in a casual gacha game, right? I really hate when people use the word casual as a slur. It drives me insane. It's like, brother, shut up. There's nothing wrong with being a casual. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's very interesting though. But yeah, Astra probably will be the first one to drop because she is by far the easiest one to power creep. But Astra will, even if Astra does get power creeped one day, she will still have her value in that she's just an extremely good generalist that can literally work in every single team. That will be like her strength, right? So Astra will always be a good character, pretty much. Yeah, I think Fufu is just as good as Lighter right now. I don't have an argument there. Nicole, Sokaku, like, bro, people are still putting in work on the old content. So like Bringer, for example, with Sokaku with the Miyabi. It's like, it's so crazy, bro. If the boss can be frozen, Sokaku is T0. If the boss cannot be frozen, oh my god, how far does Sokaku drop? But yeah, I do think Trigger, I was too harsh on Trigger. After having to use a lot of people's triggers for like DA and Shiyu help to clear their content without her signature, I do still stand by that Trigger is significantly better with their signature. 100%. I will not take that back. But where I think I fucked up with in the past is I overshot how bad she was without it. Does that make sense? She is still a fine character without it, but with it, she is significantly better. But she's still a fine character without it. Lycon, I agree. Lycon will just never die. Like, it feels like it really feels like anytime a new ice DPS comes out, Lycon is just gonna be, he's just gonna be there for you. Lycon will just always be there. He'll always just be a solid character. Homie works with every ice agent in the game very well. Just always a solid character. Yeah, Pan, I agree, because if you don't have Lucia, you need someone for your rupture agents. So yeah, Pulchra's the fucking, Pulchra is the account saving goat. The amount of times M6 Pulchra has come through for us to help someone clear the end game, like, bro, how many times, chat, like, we've been on someone's account and we're like, fuck, what do we do for this team? And then we'll see a Pulchra, we're like, wait, is that Pulchra M6? Oh shit, Pulchra, okay, wait, we can put Pulchra with them. And it's like, yeah, bro, like, M6 Pulchra be the fucking goat when it comes to saving people. The free-to-play savior. I think Chingy is just as good as Pulchra nowadays, so, for most people, so yeah, I agree with that. We're not going to spend too long on Caesar because I've ranted on Caesar and how they need to buff her a lot. She is still, in my honest opinion, if someone really needs the shield, she is an incredible character for that player specifically. But if you do not need the shield, then she falls off pretty hard. Why is Corrin so low? She's great. Brother, this is... Prydwen takes the average player and the data that they get. You got to remember that just because Corn Zone gets 50k on Thrall, you know that most Corrin mains don't even clear at all. Most Corrin, Billy, and Neko mains don't even clear at all. You can't take what you see by really good players and associate it with everybody, right? the vast majority of people who are using these characters don't even clear at all. But yeah, Lucy pretty much just as good as Caesar. And then Rena, I mean, she has Haramasa, she has Yanagi. Actually, I've been seeing Ellen Rena against Hunter. It actually does surprisingly okay. I've been seeing Ellen Rena against Hunter. I think I saw someone do Ellen Lycon Rena and it cleared, and I was like, oh, okay. The pin coming in kind of clutch. Kaleda still has the big issue. A huge buff for Kaleda would be to nerf her days and give her an actual buff. And I know some people will probably hear that and be like, what do you mean nerf her days? Like, isn't that what makes Kaleda good? No, that's what makes Kaleda bad. Kaleda has extremely high days with no buffing. Her one singular buff she gives is dog shit. It's one of the worst buffs in the entire game. And she stuns too fast. Stunning too fast is a real fucking problem. If you stun before you have your resources, then brother, you're screwed. It would actually be a huge buff for Kaleda to nerf her days and give her an actual buff. That would be a massive change for her. The problem with Caesar, she's too hard to play. Okay, okay, he's rage baiting. Okay, cool. T3 Seth. I actually think Seth, like I said last time, Seth is significantly better than people give him credit for. I do think he should at least be T2. And then yeah, Stumby. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But that's gonna wrap up this Prydwen react. Chat, how many bang boos out of 10 are we giving this one? The biggest thing for me is Evelyn. She is not a T0 agent. An expert tag means you can move up. So they're gonna have to drop the expert tag. They're gonna have to do something, because even when you play Evelyn perfectly, she is not T0. So that either they drop the expert tag or they move Evelyn down to T1. If they don't want to get rid of the expert tag, they gotta move her down to T1, because expert means you can move up if played well. If they don't want to move her down to T1, they gotta drop the expert tag. They just gotta do one of the two. Other than that, I'm okay with it.